What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today we're gonna go ahead and go over the garrisons, the stationed heroes that you have in your wall. And this is very important because I see a lot of people making some silly mistakes that can easily be avoided and it can be used to their advantage. So you go to your castle wall and you go to the station, and here you can station up to 5 heroes. Now essentially what this does is that these are the heroes and the buffs that are going to be applied to your castle if somebody is attacking you. Now here's why this is important. This is important because these are the buffs that you are going to receive when you get attacked by someone else, especially the army buffs like army defense, army max HP, army attack, or specific ones like cavalry, ranged, infantry, etc., trap attack, defense, all of that good stuff. Now here's why this is important. Let me go ahead and clear all of these out except my leader. Now of course keep in mind that your leader is going to be the most important one. That's the one that has to be out. It cannot be sheltered, because if it is sheltered you lose all of those bonuses. Now here's what I would suggest first and foremost. Try to avoid siege engine heroes. So for instance, heroes like elementalists. I see a lot of times I see prima donna. Prima donna is very good for hero stages and Coliseum, but when it comes to attacking and actually garrison, prima donna is not any good. Any sort of like siege engine hero is not gonna do you any good, just because siege is not used and it's not very good for actual defending. So keep that in mind. Prima donna is not actually going to heal your troops. So I see a lot of prima donnas, and I'm thinking that people just think that since she heals it's gonna help. It does not. That's not how it works here. Now the one heroes that you actually want to focus on are the heroes that give you army boosts. Now it's essentially like Rose Knight. Rose Knight gives a cavalry HP boost, and it also gives army attack boost. Now the good thing about the army attack boost is that it is going to cover your whole army. That's cavalry, infantry, ranged, and yes, even siege engine. So heroes like Rose Knight, heroes like Songstress of the Sea. Now I know that not a lot of people will have Songstress of the Sea, but just to give you an example, any sort of hero that has army max HP, army defense, and army attack is going to be a very good option. Now one free-to-play hero that I would show you that has that is Bombing Goblin. Bombing Goblin not only has army attack boost, which will cover your whole army, but it also has trap durability and trap attack, and that is going to come in really handy for trimming out the troops of the attacker before they actually get to hit you. A lot of people don't really focus a lot on traps, but if you maximize traps along with an army attack boost, that will go a long way. Now keep this in mind, you only have 5 spots, so you will have to mix and match if you want to go, like for instance, if you want to go with Demon Slayer that gives you infantry HP boost and infantry attack, or somebody like the Night Raven, which is based on cavalry, but keep in mind that it also ups your wall defense. So if you have mainly a cavalry army, let's say that you are mainly cavalry and maybe just a little bit of range, maybe a little bit of infantry, then you would want to go with a cavalry heavy. So for instance, you would go Rose Knight, you would go Night Raven, then you would go Child of Light, and then you would want to pick either infantry or a ranged hero depending on what you have available to you. Now if you want to go infantry, you can easily pick Oathkeeper, which has infantry HP and infantry attack. If you want to go ranged, then Snow Queen will be a good choice for you, because it also brings trap defense as well as range HP and attack. What I would suggest, that the best ones really are the ones that give you HP and attack boost over somebody like, for instance, Night Raven, that is defense and HP. I prefer attack and HP. It seems that defense is not as good as as it should be, but you can go something along these lines. Now you have to mix and match depending on what heroes you have, but that's basically what I would stay away from. Siege engine, stay away from them, and also heroes like Trickster. They don't really bring any sort of army attack boost, or for instance Dark Follower. It has gold supply management, research boost, training dummy, that's not gonna do anything for you. And heroes like Prima Donna, Siege Engine, and siege engines are just not gonna do a very good job of actually defending your turf. So as you can see here, what I went with is these garrisons. The reason why is because, first of all, Songstress brings every single army attack, so that's already good enough. Roast Knight is very good because not only does it give a cavalry HP boost, but it also brings army attack boost, which covers my whole army. And then Bomb and Goblin for what I stated before, trap and then army attack boost. Now the other two heroes that I chose to fill it out right now is Snow Queen, because again it gives trap buffs and range HP and attack. And then the very last one is Night Raven, because it has a wall defense, which is very important when you're getting solo attacked, and then cavalry defense and cavalry attack. It covers a lot of ground. Notice I don't really have much for infantry, but that's because my army is not very infantry heavy. But at the same time, keep in mind that I have so many army buffs, like army max HP, army defense, army attack, etc., that it'll make up for the lack of infantry heroes. Now, you can mix and match however you'd want to do it. Depends on the heroes that you have, what grade you have them on, etc. Later on, what I plan to do is I plan on taking out Snow Queen for Ethereal Guide, just because she brings in army max HP and then range defense and attack, which is going to be more than Snow Queen. And I think my Ethereal is very close of being a gold hero. Let me see. 70 out of 150. So maybe the next time she comes out, I'll go ahead and get her to gold to make sure that my station is all the way up. But last thing I would say is you have to make sure that your hero or your main hero is home. For instance, Songstress of the Sea, since she is my main hero, if she is not home, then all of these buffs are not going to be applied. So just keep all of that in mind. But yeah, hopefully I clear up some of the confusion that I see a lot of people asking, and I see a lot of people making the mistake of having wrong heroes, etc. in there for them. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until later, bye.